and on, and whoa, my face is there. Oh, shit. Tis a cold one. And I figured, what a nice day to stream from the shelter. You can really see my breath. Just got my bonfire going outside. Tis a cold one. Negative 28 right now, negative 35 with the wind chill. This is Celsius, so America land, I think that's like negative 24 to negative 29 ish. I'm doing good. I just got my bonfire going. And, you know, just wanted to let you guys know I'm not going to die tonight. I'll survive this. I survived the last one. But it's a cold one. Tomorrow I'm going to have a nice campfire cookout. Do some work to get my stock of decent meals back up. John, how are you? Holy crap. How have you been, John? We've missed you. And Jeremiah Edmore is here. And how you doing, Garronating? Oh. I just got the bonfire going. The air out there is so cold. When it gets this cold, any moisture in the air freezes, so it looks like there's diamonds in the sky. Hey, Brian, holy crap. How you doing? So right now, if you go, I'm not going back out there because it's too fucking cold. The fire should burn for a good 8 hours, so like good there. But the air out there is frozen. It's so cold. It's like there's little sparkles, like there's glitter floating in the air. Tis a cold one. Negative 28 is no joke. Oh, I'm warm in here. I'm warm in here. There's 15 people in here, but that's the thing. In here, it's bearable. I think it's only like -1 or -2 in here. I'll get one of my candles going later, so it's even warmer. But that fire out there, once it starts to build up a little bit more, because I'm building it's like a reverse fire. It starts on the top and burns down slowly. I just stacked a bunch of wood. That'll burn all night, and it'll warm the air up around my camp, so I won't freeze. Everybody in the chat is awesome people, and in the Discord are awesome people. So I got a story. For the second time in my life, I punched a raccoon. No joke. I punched a raccoon today. I was in here. I had just made my meal. It wasn't nothing special. It was a can of Spam cut up with a whole cucumber with a little bit of mayo, and I was enjoying it. And I hear running around my camp. First, two coyotes come in and start circling my camp, but they didn't want anything to do with it. About 10 minutes later, I hear crunching on the tarp on the outside, and it's a raccoon. He stuck around here for like an hour and a half trying to break his way in. So he finally figured out where the front entrance of it was, and he pops his head underneath there, and he like looks at me, and I like scream at him, "Get out of here, you little shit!" He just sits there like, "Yeah, I'm not going anywhere. You get the fuck out. This is my place." So freaked me out. I took a swing at him, and I bopped him on the nose. He backed out. Then he decided to come back in, and I took another swing at him. I missed him. But I closed the area he clawed his way into and put my boot on it so it can't open. But he sat out there. He didn't leave. It didn't even bother him. He was like, "Man, what are you talking about? You're a weak little bitch." And yeah, he's continued to circle the area for another hour and a half until we got games going when we were talking. He didn't leave after I bopped him. Not in Canada. Raccoons and stuff don't actually suffer from rabies. There hasn't been a reported case of rabies in Canada in many, many like decades. What raccoons get is something called distemper, canine distemper. It doesn't affect humans, but it eats away at their brain, causes seizures. I found one in the summer. It wasn't cooking. It was a can of spam. I usually don't eat on the inside of the in my camp. I usually eat outside. The one time I eat inside, it invited coyotes and a raccoon. But yeah, it was. That's the second time I've punched a raccoon in my life. I'm in my little shelter in the middle of the woods, northern Ontario, and it is a cold one out tonight. I don't like Mylar. Uh, I don't like Mylar. Mylar doesn't breathe. Mylar actually makes you sweat more. It does too good of a job keeping the heat in, and it can be very dangerous. I actually don't hate raccoons. I don't hate raccoons. I've just noticed there's a difference between what kind of raccoons. I had a raccoon issue when I was still in the city, when I was still in Toronto. There's a difference. The ones in Toronto, they're polite. When you tell them to get lost, they run away. They don't want the trouble. They're scared. They're weak. They're nothing. But the raccoons out here, they are country raccoons. They are built different. You take a swing at them, they're taking a swing back, and they'll kick your ass. We got jacked raccoons up in the country. Right now, I'm not wearing any socks. I am wearing stuff. I guarantee I'm wearing something. I hope. I'm under the blankets. I've got a pile of blankets that's nice and warm underneath it. I'm body temperature. The air is body temperature. Again, the sound that freak me out isn't raccoons. The sounds that freak me out is the coyotes. Like, you get a gang of like 12 of them. They're all yapping and yarring. It's freaky as hell. I've got it on a short. If you go into the shorts and find the one that's all blacked out, you'll hear them yarring. When you get a dozen of them out there, it's freaky as hell. Not snowing, just cold. It's so. I don't like having my head out here. I'm crying. You can see, look at the dark circles under my eyes. That's from lack of sleep. Too cold to sleep. Now, coyotes will not bother people. We do not taste good. Animals do not want to eat people. Yeah. Oh, I'm nice and warm here. Uh, Tomorrow it's gonna be even better. I'm gonna have some really hot food tomorrow. I'm gonna buy some shin ramen. I want ramen, spicy ramen. I'm gonna buy some kimchi and some cheap meat and veggies, and do another stew so I can break it apart, separate it, and freeze it. But I'm gonna have a nice hot meal tomorrow with some meat and good stuff. Negative 34. Oh no, Tuesday it's going down to negative. Monday is the worst of it. It's negative 34. Tuesday is like negative 32. Then Wednesday it drops down to 28. Thursday it drops down to about 25. And then Friday it's down to a manageable 9 to 11 negative Celsius. $120 a room for rent. I can't afford that. I can't afford $500 a month. I wish I could. Uh, Tomorrow will be the coldest. The second coldest was negative 31. It's supposed to go down to negative 34 tomorrow. Have I watched the Red Green Show? Man, I don't know what you're talking about. What's the Red Green Show? Is it all I know in life is if the women don't find you handsome, they should at least find you handy. But I don't know what that Red Green Show is. I have a job, Steven. And ads and whatnot on YouTube. I make a little bit of money on YouTube as well. That keeps me going. Steven, healthcare is free in Canada for your medical visits and all that stuff. Not your medications. Unfortunately, we still have to pay for our medications. A lot of medications are a lot cheaper for essentials of life, like insulin is free. Not free, but pretty cheap. It's affordable. Same thing that keep you alive is free. My medication isn't for life. It's for life quality, not life necessary. I've got MS, so mine are so I can walk and get around, and that's why I spend a lot of money on. Jason, nothing's changed yet. Trudeau stepped down, but our government isn't back until March, so nothing has changed. In fact, it's getting worse. No pain pills. Uh, One of them, my most expensive one is gabapentin. It's a well, technically it's a pain pill, but it's a neurological pain blocker. Look up multiple sclerosis. Lesions form in your brain, which can cause a variety of different symptoms. It's different for everybody. My worst part is without my medication, my leg feels like it's on fire, getting crushed, getting stepped on, shocked, getting shot as well, and on fire all at the same time, nonstop. Without my 9 different medications, I wouldn't be able to walk. Paul Vier is going to win. I've never had back surgery. I don't need surgery. It's my brain, not my back. Gabapentin is. Was on Baclofen before gabapentin, and gabapentin is better for me. The Baclofen was making me suicidal. Steven, I'm not addicted to pain pills. If I am not on my medication, it's a neurological problem. Look up multiple sclerosis. It's a neurological disease. If I got off all my pain medications, my condition would deteriorate really quickly and I would end up in a wheelchair. I wouldn't be able to walk. The reason why I've only been on my meds for a few months now, but if I'm not on my medications, I'm not able to walk. I have to walk everywhere I go. I'm not allowed to drive. I walk a lot. Like just to get out of camp is about 3 kilometers. To work is about an hour and a half walk. To town is 3 hours, but I hitchhike. You know, that's what I'm trying to tell them. The lesions are in your brain. So the last time I went off my medication, I had horrible seizures. I have a seizure disorder as well. It's caused from anxiety and antidepressant. As anxiety and depression and stress. But if I go off my meds, I'd be screwed. Um, I got onto the multiple sclerosis medication back late August, and at that time, my left side of my body was so bad I couldn't lift my left leg up. It was dragging behind me. I showed off a pair of shoes to Platypus that I was using. The My right shoe was looked brand new. My left shoe, the whole front of it was wore off because my left side of my body I couldn't lift my left leg up, so it was like dragging behind me all the time. And once I got on these meds, things got a lot better. I was able to walk without pain. Canada. Johnny, I'm in Canada. That's why. And I'm working here, and my doctors are here, and I need my doctors. They know everything. I don't touch anything that messes with my mind. I like my cognition to be where it is. I won't even touch pot. And I believe, here's what I think about doctors. They swore an oath to do no harm. Your doctor doesn't want to hurt you. And my doctor specializes in neurological problems. That's why I was referred to him. He knows what he's doing. Right now, nope. The temperature is about negative 26, negative 28 Celsius. I don't agree with that. I believe most doctors who go into it aren't in it for the money. They're in it because they have genuine compassion towards human beings. At least up here in Canada. Yes, there are 24-hour Planet Fitnesses and LA Fitnesses up here in Canada. I am not going to go sleep in one. I'm warm where I am right now. I do sneak into an LA Fitness once in a while to grab a shower twice a week. I also use a truck stop to have a shower and work to have a shower. Thank you. The truth will set you free. What are my favorite trucks? There's only one kind of truck stop out here. In Ontario, all the truck stops are franchises. They're called en route. Usually in them you find a McDonald's. Actually, I've never saw a McDonald's in one. You usually find a Burger King, a Tim Hortons, and a Pita Pit. And usually there's a small grocery store in it, and you can get showers there as well. I will not use any propane in any burning flame, any fuel burning flame in my tent because the suffocation risk is too high. I have that outside. I've got a bonfire going outside that's helping keep the air around my shelter a little bit warmer, so I'm not going to freeze to death. Well, James Hughes, you should go ahead and smoke crack. I'm good without it. You can be an asshole all you want. You know, fire and fabric-based shelter is never a good idea. Just imagine getting you kick it over, you burn the shelter, and it melts. Like the fabric doesn't burn, it melts. Imagine getting covered in all that slimy, burning, hot, sticky goo. Actually, I have a USB battery powered sleeping bag that is on top my top layer that's on right now and it's keeping me nice and toasty warm. They only speak French in one part of Canada, and that's general. That's well, two parts. It's Quebec and some parts of New Brunswick. Exactly. I don't like the idea of having a burning flame in a tent, especially if I'm going to sleep. I've got a Crisco candle that I made that if it does get too cold, I'll use, but I'm only going to use it while I'm awake. Nobody's going crazy in Canada crying about TikTok. TikTok still works. I just got monetized on TikTok like today. I'm monetized on TikTok. Only got 1,000 followers, but I'm still monetized. The only it's the Americans that are crying about the TikTok. We're making fun of y'all. If you notice, a lot of the things is all this cancel culture and people getting offended for something somebody did on TikTok all went away when for that 12-hour time period that the Americans were off of it. Ain't nobody getting offended. Solitude. I like the quiet sometimes, but I'm a social human being. I need conversation. No grizzly bears, just your common black bear. I've scared a couple of them away. I've been thinking about starting an OnlyFans myself. Get myself in a nice hot pink tube top. Make some money. A Crisco candle. You know the baking fat you can get from the supermarket Crisco? It comes in these round tubs. I'm not getting it. I'm not getting up to get it right now. Fuck that. But you can buy that and you shove a couple tampons in it and use it as a candle. It'll last like 72 days of burning and it gives off a lot of heat. Just shove a tampon right in the middle of it. What's the largest animal you think I could? I think I could knock out in one punch. Nothing. I wouldn't hit an animal. Oh, that's not true. I did give a raccoon a bop on the nose today, but I wouldn't want to really hurt any animals. Like why would I need to punch an animal in the face unless they're coming at me? I'm not gonna try to punch a bear in the face. The bear would fuck me up. I'm not gonna fight a moose. A moose would fuck me up. I'm not gonna fight a goose. A goose. Those goddamn cobra chickens would fuck me up. I'm actually no. I'm in Ontario. Oh, I had a can of Spam and a cucumber. I have had beaver tails. Beaver tails are amazing. They're so sweet and sticky. Ugh, amazing. Well, I think the one I got in Toronto was still mad at me, but the one up here, okay, there's a lot of people here that weren't here before. First thing today, I got back at camp, opened my dinner up, cut it up, and started eating it, and two coyotes start running around my tent. They take off and leave, and then the raccoon shows up. He's around here for about an hour, hour and a half trying to figure a way in because, it's warm in here and he smells spam. And who wouldn't be pulled in by the delightful smell of spam? Oof. He finally figured out where the entrance was and ripped almost got in. Like he dug up the what I had on the inside, keeping the tarp down closed, and he got his head in. And I screamed at him to leave. Get out of here, you little shit! And he ignored me, so I took a swing at him and I just bopped him on the nose a little bit. He left his head out and he kept trying to come back in. So yeah, I don't think he's mad. I think he's plotting his revenge. Do I eat a lot of pickled things? I like kimchi, so I think yeah, I like pickles. Oh, Brian, dude, thank you. You don't have to do that, man. I'm just here chilling. Holy crap, you freaking rock, Brian. I have never had a squirrel. I have trapped one wild rabbit, and I ate every little bit of the meat. It was horrible. I hated every second of it. It was not enjoyable. But I caught it. I trapped it. I'm going to eat it. A moose-sized goose or a goose-sized moose? Well, I don't want to fight a goose-sized goose. A goose-sized goose will kick your ass. So a moose-sized goose would murder you. I'd rather fight a moose-sized moose than a goose-sized goose. Oh, thank you again for the super French, Jeremiah French. Actually, Ivan, we did a fishing stream last summer. We did a couple of them. We did one for like 8 hours straight. That got me monetized. We did an 8 hour straight long live stream during the summer. We went from one end to the other. I almost caught a fish, but it broke my line. Uh, right now, I've kept the. I don't need a fire down to about -20 because my body heat will keep in here warm. After that, the cold really penetrates, so I'll have a fire going 24 hours a day. I've got a bonfire going at that end of the other side of the shelter, about 15 feet away from my tent. It'll burn all night, and it will only give a little bit of heat in here. It'll raise the temperature maybe by 5 degrees, but that's enough to stay comfortable. Do you hear that? Did you hear that? Shh, shh. Listen, listen, listen. Did you hear the coyote? Do you hear them? Just listen. That's my night, guys. Sounds like there's four of them. So yeah, if anybody wants to say I'm not out in the fucking woods, there's the goddamn coyotes for you. And they're close. Holy hell. Holy hell. Oh, that was. Oh, I wonder where they are now. Coyotes come near here all the time. I've had them right in the front of the shelter ripping a rabbit apart. I like the lemon pepper sardines. I've actually eaten them a lot. I've made tacos with them, and they were fucking good tacos. Yeah, well, I'm not afraid of the coyotes. They're more, they don't want to take a bite of me. I'm too big for them. I just got my phone. That's all I've got. I am tired of this. I had to do it. I saw just too much trolling on that person's part. Started to get annoying. Yeah. So the next thing I'm gonna try. The next stream I'm gonna do is gonna be tomorrow. We're gonna do a campfire. Gonna do a cookout. But I'm gonna try doing it a different way. I gotta find an app that I can multi-stream. I can now stream on TikTok because I just got I started the TikTok about 3 weeks ago, and I just got monetized today. Well, last night at like midnight on TikTok. I have to provide them with my ID, then I can stream there, and yeah, that's freaking incredible. Yeah, that's kind of what Brian. That's why I like coyotes. They look so much like German shepherds. Oh. Hey, Crow Guy, you're being an asshole. You're spreading information that could get people hurt. So I'm going to tell you this right now. I try to give everybody a little bit of leeway, but you get one more comment being an idiot like that, and I'm just going to time you out for 24 hours. You got to remember, you're online. You can get people hurt. Staying stupid shit like that. What if a kid saw that? Ooh, you're right. That is kind of warm. Let's build my tent around the exhaust pipe. You could really hurt someone. Kids are stupid. Look at the Tide Pod challenge and all that stupid stuff. Saying stuff like that could get people hurt. So don't be an asshole. I'm at. It sounds like I'm mad, but it's because I am mad. You're gonna hurt somebody. Don't be a dick. That's rule number 4 of this chat room. First one is no racism. Second is no sexism. Third is no homophobia. Fourth, just don't be a dick. And you're being a dick. Okay, anyways, I'm done. I'm done yelling at him now. Well, thank you, Murderer Money. I appreciate that. Yeah, the Warriors. I'm going to be trying StreamYard. I just don't want to pay for it. I think there's got to be something free out there I can use. Oh, well, it's the same thing with our Discord. We don't have many rules. It's those 4 rules: no racism, sexism, homophobia. Just don't be a dick. Be good to others. Like those are 4 things that are not hard to do. I'm not in America. Well, anything that's got to be paid for, I don't like an app I don't want to pay for because people make so many free alternatives that do the same thing. Like for your phone, Adobe has Premiere Pro. That's a video editing thing. Instead of that, I use YouTube Create because it's free. StreamYard is free unless you want a multi-stream, then it costs money. Yep, Canadian, eh? Uh, a drive? No, you actually don't need a anything under 50 cc's. You do not need a license for, but I wouldn't ride one either way because I have seizures. Let's say I have a small seizure. I've had one on live before. You guys didn't even notice it, but my eyes started wigging out a bit, and I was gone for like 30 seconds. Imagine me riding down on a moped and flying off of it. If anything I was to get, I would get one of those three-wheeled sit-down bicycles and attach a gas-powered motor to it. So if I do have a seizure while I'm riding it, at least I'm buckled in. Ivan, I would never get a pet out here in this situation. That would be very irresponsible. It would be bad for the animal, and I would be a complete asshole if I did it. Just Canada have. You know what? I'm pretty sure Canada does have igloos somewhere. There's got to be an igloo right now somewhere in Canada. In the entire country, there is at least one. I am never allowed to drive a car again for the rest of my life. I have seizures. When you have seizures, you lose your driver's licenses. It's also what screwed my life up. I used to be a crane operator, and I can't do that anymore. Mind you, my dream is to tame a deer, saddle it, ride it to the center of town with a very large bastard sword in my hand. That is my dream. Yep. Yeah, eventually, like if I can get onto land like the Green Project that I'm trying working towards saving for to get the money to go to the Green Project with that trailer and everything, I'm gonna get a fucking dog. If I've got a camper there permanently and I've got a spot that's mine where I can keep warm, a little bit of power internet, I'm gonna get a dog straight up. I want that. That's the first thing. It'll be a German Shepherd or a Corgi. Probably a Corgi because I like their butts. Their butts are so funny. Corgi. But I would get a dog in that case, some companionship. But I would not be in hardship as I am now. I would not put an animal through the life I'm going through. It's irresponsible and unfair. Oh, I know that's exactly the point, but in that situation, I would 100% get a dog for the companionship. And I'll let you guys name it. If I got a corgi, I'd let you guys name it. I'd put a poll up. You guys get to do some suggestions. You guys would get to name them, and I'd get the corgi cam. I'd get like a camera I could attach to his collar, so you could see the corgi adventures on the live streaming. Not really that, John. It's not that tough to get to sleep out here. It's it's kind of funny. It's kind of easy to get to sleep out here, especially when it's really cold. Like right now, I could fall asleep no problem. I usually wait. I'll typically nap during the afternoon when I get back when it's nice and warm out, and try to stay up during the coldest parts of the night because you don't want to fall asleep and then not wake up. Yes. No, I love German Shepherds. They're my favorite dog, but there's something about a corgi. Their faces, they're very expressive, and they're so derpy. I love them so much. Oh, I'll sleep for a bit. What I will probably do around midnight, I will sleep until 2 or 3 a.m. Set my alarm to wake up at about 4 and wait until 6 or 7, maybe 8 to go back to sleep. Because that's going to be the coldest part of the night, and I would like to be up for that. I need to go to Thailand just to see that fucking corgi cops. Oh, oh, the cuteness. Oh, I don't look at the corgis. They're so cute. Oh, Joanne, you must love beagles. Aren't they like loud, like really really loud all the time? Exactly. Like I 100% Brian. Not all dogs are cool, but that's the point of getting an animal in the way we live now, where most animals they're not working. Like you don't want to get an Australian Shepherd. That dog needs a job. It gets depressed if it doesn't have work. It wants to go after sheep. So a dog like a corgi or even a German Shepherd that is a family dog, that its job is to protect its family. That's a good choice. And a corgi is just such an idiot. That's a family dog. Uh, see, my vote would be Bean. I like the name Bean. Oh, guys are making me jealous. They're talking about dogs. I want a dog. I want a cat too. I'd like to get a dog and a cat. I do. I really do. That's something. I really like the kind of. They're like white and a grayish blue, and then they're one of those cats. They're not the tabby cats, and they're not the orange cats, but they're like white and grayish blue color. When you grab them, they kind of just noodle. They got really long legs. They just like they don't care about being picked up. They're they're wet noodles. I like those kind of cats. Ivan, I would take that dog, bring it right to the city, bring it to the nearest animal care center, and let them take it. One, we up here, the animal shelters, there are no such thing as kill shelters here. They would probably find its owner because most dogs are chipped, and if it's out here, it's somebody's hunting dog, so someone's coming looking for it. Yeah, or well, Chihuahuas think they're Rottweilers, and Rottweilers think they're Chihuahuas. Hello, new James. Ugh. Oh, thank you guys for entertaining me for a bit. Thanks for the conversation. I've been, I had a nice conversation with some friends on Discord today, but I've been really in a talking mood today. I don't hate any dogs. I think Chihuahuas get a very bad reputation too. I don't think it's the dog's fault. I think it's the owner's fault. Like, if you got a shitty owner, you're gonna have a shitty dog. If you take time to desensitize your dog and socialize your dog and not just keep him in your purse, you're going to have a good dog. What kind of story? Oh, I'm not freezing. I'm not freezing at all, James. Uh, I don't know what to tell you guys right now. What would you like to know? Asking if I got a story for it, I will tell you. I could go over a bunch of stuff I've already told, but that's starting to get boring. My nose is stuffed, but yeah, it's cold. Weird people. Weird people. I don't necessarily think this one was weird, but did I ever tell you about the guy? Oh God, this one was sad. Ah, fuck, I don't want to go. That was sad. Don't even remember why I was out there. Oh fuck, it was a job interview. So last year I went to this job interview just outside of town. Uh, it turned out to be fake. Uh, it was one of those MLM scams. I walked out of there and was heading back towards the bus. When I was on my way to the interview, just give us $500 and then you can start working. I saw this guy standing out in front of the store, and I didn't pay much attention to him, so I just went to my interview and left. On my way back there, the guy is still standing out there, and he's pretty shabby and disheveled, and he's pacing back and forth, and he looks at me and eyes me up, and he's like, "Yo, man, did you know, man? Did you know, man, that the two brothers that eat fish and chip together will conquer the world?" I'm like, "Dude, what?" I was really confused, and then he's like, "Yeah, people with the brothers when they eat the fish and chips together, they're going to take over the world." Come to figure out that he was severely mentally ill, I believe schizophrenic. And I just said to the kid was, "Okay, are you asking?" There was a fish and chip shop like two doors down. I was like, "Huh, are you asking if I can help you get some fish and chips?" And he just insisted that, you know, people who eat fish and chips together will rule the world. It was unusual. So the fish and chips weren't that expensive. It was like $7 for a piece of fish and chips. So I walked in and I bought some fish and chips and gave it to the guy. And the kid was thankful, but I felt so bad for the guy. Like standing out there, pacing back and forth, no one paying attention to you, and you're not able to get your words out there. You're saying, "I'm hungry. Could you help me?" It is what it is. Yeah, we're not going to go into that, Nate. And I don't know who any of those people are. I don't know who any of those people are, except Angelina Jolie. I know that one. Yeah, you do get used to the weather. You really get used to the weather. Not only that, when you got, how do I put this? Y'all are in temperature controlled environments right now where it's nice and warm. You can set the temperature wherever it is and it's very stable. Then you go from that to outside and then it's like freezing cold for you. It's not like that for me. I'm outside 24 hours a day, 7 days. Well, unless I got to go into a place that's unbelievably warm to like charge my stuff. But majority of the time I'm outside. A strange thing happens to you is you become very temperature sensitive. Not like it becomes unpleasant and it affects you, but you can feel the temperature drop, even if it's by a little, like really easy. You become very aware of the temperature around you at all times. So if it's getting starting to warm up, you feel it right away. You know when it's starting to get warm. You can feel every degree it goes up. And so, yeah, you do get used to it, but you also become hyper aware and sensitive to the changes of the temperature. Oh, I grew up in Canada. Uh, I'd say 3 degrees, 3 degrees above 0 Celsius is shorts and t-shirt weather, eh? What would I do when World War III isn't going to start? You want to know why there's never going to be another World War again? Because every single power on the planet knows that if there is another World War, it means mutually assured destruction. Okay? If Russia goes to war and launches nukes, they're going to get nukes launched on us. Or if they start a global conflict, they're going to be annihilated along with every single other country on the planet. There's too much power. We have too much technology on our side. It will not happen. Another world war will never happen. Just because mutually assured destruction is a thing. And you can prep all you want for it. I guarantee it will not happen. Not when there's not much to lose. It won't. Everybody would lose in that case. Well, yeah, don't go into the woods if you don't know how to navigate and you don't know how to pick out spots to look at. Don't go into the woods. That's you should never run into the woods the first time if you get lost. But if you do seem to get lost in the woods, sit your fucking ass down, start a fire. They'll find you. Do not wander around. You'll get more lost. Sit your fucking ass down. That's all you'd have to do is don't move. And hopefully, if you went for a hike in the woods alone, you told someone you're going for a hike in the woods. I'll be in this general area, so when you don't come home, they know to look for you. What ghosts? Exactly. If you don't know, you shouldn't. If you're not confident going, if you aren't 100% confident in your abilities, don't do it. Uh, and always tell someone where you're going. But you pick a spot and you sit your ass down and you wait. And if you don't think you're going to be out there prolonged, then you maybe build a fire. If you build a shelter, if you can't build a fire, but you do the rule. You pick a spot, you pick a tree, you look at that tree, you always keep that tree in eyesight so you can get back to that tree. That's where you build your shelter. Oh, same here. I don't think I could get lost in the woods now. I'm pretty good at navigating. Well, if it wasn't clouded over, tonight would be the night to see them. I'm in northern Ontario, and this is a pretty damn good spot to see them. But the clouds would prevent that. Oh, don't cramp. Please don't be cramping. Oh, yeah, the toe's cramping. Oh, fuck, that's cold. Ow, that hurts. I'm in Ontario. Ontario, Canada, eh? Do I think Canada will become the? Uh, I think it would be nice if something like that happened. But as you're saying, it become a part of the U.S. Never. It's not going to happen. It would be nice, but more like an open border alliance policy could happen, where we are two separate countries, but we have the same currency, kind of like the EU. That could happen. That would be good for both countries. But the U.S. is never going to take over Canada, and Canada will never agree to join the U.S. ever. You can see the Northern Lights down in Toronto on very cold and the right nights. There are. I hope there aren't other people around here. That'd freak me right out. Again, it won't happen. We'll never be. I. It would be nice. An alliance like that would greatly affect both countries. I think it would be bad for the environment if we gave that kind of access to the states. I want you to, if you got another device, go ahead and look up the satellite map of Canada and the United States. You're gonna look at the difference in topography. The second you go below the Canadian border to the U.S., the entire map is brown. Above the Canadian border, except for Alberta, it's all green. Everywhere is green. We have more natural resources, more water than the states, more greenery than the states, because we have so many laws protecting our forest and greenery. What is wrong with you, Ghostly? Uh, yeah, guys, the trolls are starting to come out in force. That generally kills the mood for me. Oh, thank you, Gallus Warrior. Nate, you're asking some weird ass questions. You're now talking about teeny bop movies, dude. You're a weird one, but I'd probably die the first day. I don't have the heart to hurt another human being. Well, the guys, the trolls are pumping in too much, and my hand is getting kind of cold. I think this hour stream has been fun, but I'm gonna have to probably end it now because one, the trolls are coming in, and two, I want to put my hand between my legs because this it's freezing cold, man. Good night, everybody, and yeah, we're gonna be doing this again tomorrow, but at a fire. I'm gonna get a nice campfire, a small campfire going, throw my wok down, and do a nice stew with instant ramen and everything tomorrow. So we'll do that tomorrow. That'll be an hour and a half stream. So that'll be fun. It won't be until later because I've got to wait till 5:45 before I head down to get everything. But yeah, you guys have a good one.